Hello, my supreme lovelies. It's been a while since I uploaded an actual spoken verbal review of a book that I finished. And last night, as it happened, I finished a book that I ended up enjoying quite a bit. So I thought it was actually worthy of my effort and my decision to upload a video review of it, albeit a short one. And to be honest, it was a relatively short book. And here it is. Don't blink and you'll miss it. Dun 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 doo 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 doo. That's it there, The Housemaid's Secret by Fiona McFadden, the very Alfred Hitchcockian-esque psychological thriller featuring everyone's favourite heroine, Millie. Ooh. Anywho, book 2 of the Housemaid trilogy is called, like I just said, The Housemaid's Secret. And here is my review of said book. A surprisingly solid final third of this book saved it from a DNF shock horror. Enzo the Italian stallion saves Millie as well as the story in a well-timed return from oblivion in Italy, visiting his very sick mother, as we learnt in book 1. And the reader is gifted with a book that's actually worth reading. In fact, the second half is as good as book 1 was. Seriously, I was impressed. There was no emotional attachment in the first half. There was no sense that Millie had any control over her destiny either. And it really felt like the book was written by a different writer. What's going on there then? But then part 1 finished and the cliffhangers started arriving en masse. Just like all good psychological thrillers, the book turns itself upside down and inside out with a series of quality plot twists that leave you reeling and feeling impressed. Truth, that's true. And there's probably the book's ultimate highlight in the penultimate chapter, which really was impressive, you got to say. In fact, I got to say, it really was impressive. We don't see our two star-crossed lovers ride off into the sunset, however. But I'm guessing it's because their story isn't finished. There's still book 3 to go, which I have already started, by the way. But anywho, after a very short review, my rating for The Housemaid's Secret, here it comes again, is a very worthy and respectable 3 stars out of 5. Definitely read the first book first, obviously. That way you will decide whether or not you want to go on with it. But once you've read book 1, you will definitely want to start book 2 and be patient with it because, like I said, it doesn't get off to a very exciting start. But stick with it because it's worth reading. And, of course, then you want to read book 3. In fact, do what I did and go straight on to book 3 without stopping. Ooh. Thank you, Fiona McFadden, for writing 3 quality psychological thriller story novel things. And I'll see you next time.